Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment of our program is brought to you by Southeast Termite Pest Control. They are out there, folks, the fall invaders. Ladybugs, box elder bugs, stink bugs, and they are all trying to find their way into your home right now. Do what I do. Trust Southeast Termite and Pest Control and their fall invader treatment. I called to line up mine this past week. I do it every year. And since I've been doing it, it is a night and day difference in terms of these guys getting into your home. Southeast Termite and Pest Control, it's who I trust. I encourage you to do the same. All right, I want to welcome in the last two members of today's panel. We have VFL, Daniel Hood right here with the new look for those who didn't see him a couple of weeks ago. We have right there VFL Sterling Hinton.
What's
guys,
up, John P?
Thank you very much. And again, Josh Ward down there with us. All right, these guys got a chance to talk about their takeaways earlier. What are your takeaways from yesterday's game?
It's high stress, but we came out with a win. I think Josh was mentioning off air. It's the first time, at least we got a win out of it. The past 2 years with West Virginia and of course Georgia State, but it was ugly. The first drive, you really had that feeling like, man, here we go. It's the same thing again.
South Carolina took it down the field. You only got them to third down once on that first drive.
Wow.
And then we came out, stalled on offense, and you were just. I was with a lot of friends, and it was just same old, same old. And then it seemed like something turned, and then it's like, oh my God, we're back. And then it was, well, here we go again. And so it was just high stress, but it was a good game to get a win.
Roller coaster. Sterling.
Oh man, I enjoyed it, man. We won. I mean, it's funny. The first game, and then we shared some things off camera. First game is always interesting. The good teams don't know how good they are. The bad teams sometimes find a way to overachieve. Just got to find a way to win that first game, and we won it. And hey, we want to know. A lot of people can't say that right now. Whoa, they had higher expectations than us. So I like it. We won, man.
Josh, what was your big takeaway?
Yeah, I would say what a difference a year does make, because a year ago there's no way this team wins. I mean, they probably lose by a couple of scores. So it's pretty obvious to say when Tennessee lost to Georgia State a year ago, but at least at the beginning of 2019. But this is a team that I think has a better understanding of how to deal with adversity. The start was bad against South Carolina. Did not affect the way the players played. Did not affect Jared Guartana when he was down. He had some ups, and I know there's more on him coming up here. But there is more to build on, and Tennessee is nowhere near where it needs to be, but Tennessee's nowhere near where it needs to be at 1-0 with Missouri coming to town, and that sets Tennessee up pretty well for the bigger part of the schedule after that.
Well, and I always think it's important to remember, and it's difficult after the first game because we're looking at that's the sample size. That's it. So you expect, okay, so this is what we're going to be. You look at a college football season, it really is, this year it's going to be 10 different seasons in 10 weeks. I mean, every week is different. The idea that you're going to see the same Alabama may do that, but there aren't many teams that don't do this over the course of the season. So is that Tennessee's high water mark? Is that their low water mark? We don't know yet. So I think that's important to remember is I don't know that you'll see that Tennessee game. You may see Guartana look like that, but I don't know that you'll see Tennessee play exactly like that the rest of the way. Let's talk about Guartana. Second year in this offense, second year with Jim Chaney. People are beating him up like Tennessee lost 56-0 and he threw 8 interceptions. There are a lot of quarterbacks in the league that he performed better than yesterday. His numbers, let's go ahead and put his numbers up as a matter of fact. 19 of 31, 259 yards. Nice touchdown pass. No interceptions. That's key. Had a long of 33, had another couple of 30-yard passes. Even had a nice long run at one point, ran for a touchdown on a sneak. If only he'd done that at Alabama. But here's the thing. He wasn't as awful as people make him out to be the worst quarterback in the conference. He's not. But at the same time, Sterling, as a guy who played that position, he looks like the same guy as he did last year. And my question for you is, as a quarterback, is it possible for a guy to feel more comfortable when he's getting hit than when he's got a clean pocket? Because he will complete a 30-yarder downfield with somebody in his face and miss a guy 5 yards away when he's got a clean pocket. Explain that to me.
It's amazing. The position of quarterback is under a lot of duress the entire game. Even when you're handing the ball off, you got to make sure you call the run game to the proper side. So the position of quarterback requires a lot of concentration. It's amazing how much you concentrate when you're under stress. And sometimes when you get a chance to relax, well, it shows. So when the quarterback is concentrating, I tell you, the quarterback hits that zone, whether it's a play, whether it's a quarter, whether it's an entire game, that guy is going to be incredibly effective. And when his concentration is up, Jared Guartana can deliver the ball very well.
The crazy thing Because I literally, if you give me the choice when he's dropping back to pass, do I want a guy in his chest or do I want him in a clean pocket? I want somebody in his chest. But after the game last night, asked about some of his high throws, and that's when he misses, he tends to miss high.
Yeah.
He said, and I'm paraphrasing, basically that there were times where he felt like he was getting hit when he wasn't. I'm sitting there thinking, all right, wait a second. You're better when you're getting hit, so why would feeling like you're getting hit make you throw high? Talk to me from a mechanics standpoint. In terms of, if you feel like you're getting hit, why is he throwing that ball high?
Well, it's amazing, and I'm glad you gave me that opportunity to answer that question, John P. It's because, as a quarterback, the mechanics part of it, when you overstride, the tip of the ball naturally goes high. Or if your elbow's low, the tip of the ball naturally goes high. So if you're feeling like something's about to happen that's not really happening, well, a lot of times you don't get that elbow up to get on top of the ball to deliver the strike. The elbow gets lazy and the ball sails high because your release point is lower and the tip of the ball is higher versus release point being high and the ball coming down over your shoulder. So those situations could have happened. And I did see him overstride a few times, but when he delivers a ball, it's a strike.
Daniel, your thoughts on Jared Guartana's play?
It was just, it's hot or cold. You don't know which one you're going to get. When I was looking at his throws and things like that too, I would love to put like a pitch gun on him to see how fast he's throwing. Because I feel like a lot of those things too, when you're throwing really fast, it naturally is going to carry up on you. And it seems like even on some of the other ones, the guys are shocked when the ball gets there because of how fast he's actually throwing the football. But, you average 8 yards an attempt. You shoot for 7.5, so you're efficient. It's not great. It's good. It's good enough to win the football game. And they made plays to win. And the one play that he had, the man coverage going down the right side into the end zone, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful ball right into the pocket. Josh Palmer scores. It's like, man, I wish we could get
Bottle
that.
that, keep it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I thought if there was any improvement, it might have been decision-making last night. I mean, no interceptions and really stayed clear of defenders, whether that was high or not. He steered clear of defenders for the most part. I think you have to credit the decision-making as a positive. I saw guys, Josh, last night on Twitter. I'm already getting Harrison Bailey is better right now. I saw him in high school. We need to play him. I'm going to dread 10 weeks of this, and that's exactly what it's going to be because once fans and some of the media get down on somebody, there's no getting them back. If Guartana throws for 400 yards next week, there are going to be people saying, yeah, but.
Why wasn't it 500?
Yes. Yeah. In terms of the fan base and Guartana, I don't see this relationship getting any better.
Yeah, probably not much better. I mean, if you can go to Georgia in 2 weeks and win, something like that could help. We're still a long way away from that conversation. But actually, if you want to try to add perspective to this, which I know is difficult in conversations of college football, look at the Georgia game from yesterday. You don't think they would have liked Jared Guartana out there compared to what they had with Mathis and Bennett. So I think it is what you get with Jared Guartana. But I would say at least the cold last year was ice cold. The mistakes last year against Georgia State, BYU, and Florida were so costly. Last night, the mistakes, they hurt Tennessee. They did not help the opponent. That is something, if you can get better play, you have a better starting point than you did this time a year ago.
Absolutely.
Well, if you don't think turnovers matter, ask South Carolina because Colin Hill threw the 1 pick six last night, and that was the difference in the ball game.
Yeah.
All right, when we come back, I don't know if you noticed this, but Mike Leach had a pretty good debut yesterday. And he was going to be Tennessee's coach. I'm going to ask these guys, it has to be done. Would they feel better about Tennessee's future with Mike Leach or Jeremy Pruitt? Come on back.
Hey, when you're away from home, catch us on Facebook Live, our YouTube channel, or on SportsSource.tv.
Let's do it.
This is the Sports Source.